Hello there and welcome to the QNB Stars League review show, all in English here on Alcas as we look back at all 6 matches in week 4. Some of the more prominent teams of the last 6 seasons have not got off to their best starts and are really going to have to fight hard to try and turn their fortunes around and make sure they're not out of it for a league title challenge. As far as the other teams are concerned, there is fierce competition throughout the league. As always, I'm joined by former English Premier League players and Alcas analysts Nick Summerby and Chris Makin, who are going to share with us their expert opinion as they analyse each game in detail. Plenty for us to chat about, including VAR, over the last 55 or the next 55 minutes. Let's remind you how they lined up for week 4. So on Thursday the 19th of September, Al Arabi against Al Shahaniya, that was the early kickoff at 16:50. And then Al Gharafa, they faced Al Ahly at 1900. Once again, the fixtures were spread over 3 days. Friday, the 20th of September, Al Sadd Salal, we focused on that in English. That kicked off at 16:50. Al Sadd, of course, coming off the back of a fantastic AFC Champions League victory. And Al Salia against Qatar Sports Club at 1900. Then on Saturday, Al Rayyan were up against Al Khor at 16:50. Al Rayyan still looking for that centre forward. Tricky one for them. And Al Wakra have had a fantastic start. They faced Al Dahail at 1900. Right, let's get straight to the action. And not many people gave bottom club Al Shahaniya much chance against the very impressive Al Arabi. So that bottom team had to fight hard to try and get their first points of the season. Your commentary comes from Nick Summerby and Chris Makin.
Al Arabi, all in red, gets us underway. Straight away, going direct towards the centre forwards. Oh my word! Oh my word! The quickest goal we've ever covered, I think, in the QNB Stars League. Maybe it was 10 seconds or 11 seconds. That's beating it. 9 seconds. What a start for Al Arabi. But what about Al Shahaniya? This is straight from kickoff. It's a ball up towards the strikers. It's no one there. It goes over the head of Lasoga. It's a massive mistake from Al Dasari. Gets right underneath the ball there, the Al Shahaniya goalkeeper. And Salah, we've talked about him adding goals to his game. That's 2 now in the last 2 games.
And you've got to say as well, Chris, great anticipation by the way from Salah. You know, just expecting that. I mean, the keeper, it does get a horrible bounce. It zips right off but bounces over him. But who's there, Salah, just to prod it into the net? And what a great start it is for Al Arabi. 1-0 in less than 10 seconds of the game gone.
Goes towards the far post. So much height in that Al Arabi side, though. Managed to clear the header. He's ramming again for Shahaniya. Good header back by Amangua. Oh, no, it's a reaction save from Gomes that keeps Al Arabi. Dijon just slowing the play down in midfield. Anas losing possession. Here's Lasoga from a long way out. What an effort that is. That's good hold-up play by Lasoga. Sorry, Habawi finds Lasoga and a wonderful layoff out wide to Yusuf. Can he keep the ball in? He's going to put the cross in first time then. Better play again from Al Arabi. Time for Yusuf to put a cross in. It's the near post man. That's a better delivery towards Lasoga.
That's the cross, Chris, just like that. It was good, just caught it to perfection. But nothing came of it, but that's better from Yusuf. A little bit more quality on his crosses.
Lasoga offside. Not offside. Lasoga can square it here. About to make it 2. That's a big call from the assistant referee on the far side.
It shouldn't take long, this. It's, you see straight away.
He's offside. Going off that line there. What they've got marked out now.
No goal. With a challenge, he's still down at the moment.
He's putting the balls in the box now. Amangua back to Fanadou. Wide to Ramin. If he's not closed down, he'll put a cross in. And he flicks on at the near post. Don't know whether it came off one of the Shahaniya players or one of the defenders from Al Arabi, but nearly caught out. Gomes in goal. Another reaction save from the Frenchman. There's a ramming cross, maybe a hint of offside. The advantage is played now for Shahania. Here's Amagou, he's got Ramin to his right. One of the Shahania players has stayed down. Amagou might go for goal here. Amagou! Good save from Gomis at the end of this first half. Corner to Shahania now.
There you go, they're giving it away there now. There's a chance now for Al Arabi. Here we go.
Oh, just off target from Habawi as well. Amagou trying to play, but all the referees give it. He's give it. Penalty goes to Shahania. Oh, what is he looking at? Gunnarsson pulling back Ramin now. What are we looking at here now? A million things going on here. He's looking at Gunnarsson. He'll give it for that. He'll give it for that, Nick. Ramin up against Golmisen. Ramin steps up. Oh, and he slams it into the back of the net, and Al Shahania equalise.
And well done as well. Good character this by Shahania. We asked the question at the start of the game, could they show us a bit of character? Well, they're doing that now. That's a better angle at it then. You see what he's actually looking at. He's going to look to that far post there now. Can he whip it in? Let's have a look.
Too high, but it nearly goes in at the far post.
To say the goal scorer as well, Ramin has put out another exceptional game down that right-hand side. So this is just into the last 10 minutes. The throws ready to come in from Gunnarsson. Not had any joy at all, really, from any of these throw-ins or crosses yet.
Force of Yusuf to the far post. What a save by Al Dasari. Fingertip. Al Arabi on the attack though. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's one kept in there by Al Dasari. De Jong with the outswinger. Oh, flick on there from Ramin. I know his header just goes. Bounces past the far post. Good ball into midfield. Fathi now the captain for Al Arabi. Turns, goes towards Habawi. Habawi takes a touch on his chest in the box. Trying to pull it back, but he's shadowed by Alvaro. Here's Habawi again. Feeds Lasogga. Tapping down for Salah. Salah gets his second of the evening and puts Al Arabi 2-1 up. Second of the evening for Al Arabi. Here's Habawi. Keeps the ball alive. Good defending from Alvaro, and they're guilty of overplaying here. Bad touch by De Jong. Habawi plays the ball first time towards Lasogga. He doubles it to Salah, and it's an easy enough tap in for Salah at the far post.
All right, well, it was a win in the end for Al Arabi, but Chris making that probably wasn't vintage based on the performances we've seen from them so far this season.
I won't say vintage, it's been good for 4 games.
I'm vintage in the small...
No. We're not going back 10 years, are we? We've been good for the last 3 games. They just went up for the match, Al Arabi, and it was so hard for the coach, Heimer Helgrimsson, to get his players going, very animated on the sidelines. And Nick said in commentary, you know, once you lose that energy, you can't get it back. And listen, you know what, I'll put it down as a fantastic win for Al Arabi, because sometimes you don't play well. The important thing is to get the 3 points, and it takes them into that big derby match next week where they've got the win underneath their belt. They're still winning games, aren't they?
They are. No points still for Al Shahania yet. It was a reaction. He can surely be happy with that performance and something to build on, because the previous 3 matches were a dead end.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they showed a lot more, but you have to be really honest now. They still have no points, so somewhere they have to try and get a victory. There was okay positives, but I'm looking at Ramin, who's a right back, who's one of their star players at the moment. So I don't know what the manager's going to do. I mean, there was a perfect, I think we have it shortly. He must have had a set-up, and all of a sudden to go down after 10 seconds, you work as what you do in the training, and all of a sudden you're up against it. But they showed a lot of character, and they have to start getting points on the board. It's as simple as that. What's their next game? It's just a hail for them, isn't it?
All right, let's pick things out.
And my chair's going down now.
Is your chair going down? Don't worry, you stay with us. You stay with us. The Salah goal, yes, it came in 9.4 seconds. It's the quickest goal we've had in the QNB Stars League, that's for sure. Even beats Paulinho's for Al Arabi a few seasons ago. But what are you focusing on here, Nick?
Do you want anticipation? Well, there's anticipation for you there. That is fantastic. I'll tell you something, there's nobody, and I'm talking about in the world of football, would have took the gamble on that there. That's why this lad is all-round game. Surely they have to be looking at him for the international scene there. As soon as it's come over there, me, Chris, anybody had a gone like that. No, I'm not going to go for that one. He's thought to himself, hang on, he might make a mistake here now, and he's got the reward for it. A fantastic bit of ability there, and thinking and expecting
especially off the kickoff. And we were talking about this. If you were in a game situation, would you have thought, quite honestly yourselves?
Not many players that would have gone for that
or
made that run. I think he's made the run to get up to near the two forwards because
but there's no
it's
flick
a ball. I know, yeah. He's carried on his run, but not many players would have made that run.
9.4 seconds, not the quickest goal ever. There's some debate over that. In Saudi Arabia, Nawaf Al Abed once scored a goal. I've seen it actually, 2.4 seconds in a game against Al Shoala.
How can it be that? Then you can't get it up. You can't get it to the goal.
Basically, it's a touch from kick-off and a blast straight in the top corner of the net.
You don't need a touch anymore. You can do it straight from
kick-off.
So to beat that, you just got to smack it straight away. Then, that's your only chance. Straight away, as soon as it whistles.
1 second.
Yeah, and Paulinho, remember his was 10 seconds a few seasons ago. Right, the Al Arabi players getting forward. Chris, pick us up on this one.
Yeah, well, nothing surprises me here. It's just about getting numbers in the opposition box, and they do it as well as probably, you'd have to say, Al Sadd at the moment. The amount of red shirts that pile into the box now, it's quite good to see, really. Look, just absolutely flood the opposition box. And it's so hard when you're defending. If you do clear the danger, it normally falls through another red shirt. So that's a feature of their game. Hopefully, they'll be aggressive in the next game against Al Sadd, and they'll do the same to Al Sadd, because there's not many teams that would take the chance against Al Sadd doing that. OK, let's come to a bit of fun now. Of course, you prepare your team all week. It's a big game against Al Arabi. You've got Plan A, Plan B, Plan C maybe. And you've detailed it out on your board. And boom, you got 1-0 down in 9.4 seconds. What do you do? Jose Murcia Gonzalez, this is what he did when he had to... So what are you going to do with that plan? Let's have a look now. Now, boss.
Yeah. We'll screw that.
They used to have an item like this on a show back in the United Kingdom, Sky Sports, like I mentioned. It was called The Third Eye. So those little things you can spot that others can't. And that wasn't it? Yeah, we'll start again there.
No matter what you do on the training pitch, you just don't expect that, do you? Especially after 10 seconds. That's why it's difficult as a manager.
But then something you both pulled out here as well. Let's chat about Al Shahaniya playing out to the back. It's one of those things we talk about all the time.
Listen, you're bottom of the league, you have no points. Yeah, just get back to basics. Don't try and play out from the back. Just get it up the field there, get it to Ferrington, get him to get hold of it, and they just creating their own problems. Now, you might not think anything of this, but the picture will be we told at the end. They're working on the right-hand side. Al Arabi, you're 1-0 down, 68 minutes on the clock. You need points on the board. Get the ball there now, get it up front, squeeze up, and away we go. What do they try and do here now? It's the wrong time, wrong place. You have no confidence at the moment. Don't bother with this. You're going to get yourself in trouble. Look at the red shirts now, making it difficult. Do you really need to be doing this? Ferrington is just isolated at the top of the pitch. Knock the ball into him like a sagbo and then work off him. And
it really went against him here.
And this, you pretty much get what you deserve here now. There's a shot coming in. Clear your lines into Nigel de Jong, and all of a sudden you pay the price there. You could have got away with 1 point, and that would have been a good point. But all of a sudden, it was the warning lights were coming. The manager, it should be telling them not to do that. You end up losing a game of football. So when you're down there, it's got to go back to basics. It might not be boring. Just get the points on the board, and then you can start working on different aspects of your game.
All right then, let's move on to Al Gharafa, hot on the heels of Al Arabi, but they were going to have to be at their very best to get something out of a very resurgent Al Ahly. Al Ahly had the best of the early encounters, and when Mustafa broke away in the 11th minute, he stayed strong and held off Moreno to help Al Ahly take the lead. It was early in the second half when new signing Hani got some assistance from the bounce of the ball to equalise for Al Gharafa. Slaviša Jokanovic's team continued to dominate from there on, and with 15 minutes to go, Aladin, who has been on great form since day one, put the ball in the back of the net twice within a minute. Algarafa notching up a convincing 3-1 victory. Yeah, what a season he's having. And Algarafa looking strong too. Al Ahly, they've looked impressive at times, and you both, we'll start with you, Nick. You expected a real good encounter here, and we got one, but Algarafa coming out on top.
Yes, I don't think we're seeing fantastic performances from Grafa, which is good, by the way, because that means they're going to get better when they get the ideas of what the manager's got. He is driving them. We're getting good games on a regular basis. I know it's only early, but they're doing the job and they're up there now. Al Ahly, I expect them 5th or 6th to finish. You know, they've got good players there. They'll probably be kicking themselves with taking the 1-goal lead, but it's. I think these two could be quite interesting. These two, they could be battling it out with each other, or unless Grafa are going to put a serious title charge on.
Do you know what Coach Jokanovic is saying to Aladin?
Well, he's joint top scorer. I mean, this is what you've been. Yeah. Five goals, yeah. You know. So
I'd love to know.
You know, he's up there with your Bunjas now, and this is where you wanted him right from the 4 seasons ago when he was starting to sort of make an impact. 3 seasons ago, he said, "Come on, he's got a lot of potential here." We're seeing it.
Somebody's worked on his game, and they worked on his game. This is what he's capable of doing. You know, and now all of a sudden you're looking at him as a centre forward for Qatar, and they don't really play with a centre forward in the national team, do they?
Here's another good young player as well, Abdel Rahman. As far as Aladin is concerned, if he pops in 20 goals this season, so you're in the limelight, you're in the manager's eye, Mr. Felix Sanchez. You've got to be, haven't you?
Yeah.
If you're putting those numbers on the board, you've got a great chance. What's the most he's scored in a season? About 6.
Yeah, always in great positions.
He's on 5 already.
Quite a few assists, but. I think it's just that final.
I think it was his positional play more than anything, not his general all-round game regarding his heading ability, regarding his touch, his finishing has always been okay. It's just he's not in the best positions half the time.
I think we should ask Chardin to ask him why his form is actually as good as what it is now. Got to, because what's he been doing? He's been working hard in training. Where's this come from? Because he's a player now.
Do you think we should call him in for an exclusive interview? Let's sit down with Aladin. Why not, indeed? That'd be great. So based on what you're seeing now, where do you fancy? Early days, I know, we're only in week 4. We said week 6, you start...
I think they'll finish above Al Salia. You said they'll finish in 2nd.
That's a little vague.
Top 4 for sure.
Top 4 for Grafa, yeah. They've always been that side of the last few seasons. We're always talking about them in the top 4, and they just sort of,
So wait a minute, who's the top 4 then? Al Sadd. Let's just do it quickly. Al Sadd.
No, I'll have to.
Al Garafa.
Al Arabi win the league. Al Arabi win the league. Al Arabi win the league. Al Sadd comes 2nd. Al Garafa 3rd. And...
Ryan, not in the mix?
Al Duhail come 4th.
Al Sadd, Al Arabi.
Fade off, haven't we?
Al Sadd, Al Arabi, Duhail, Grafa.
Yours?
I'll tell you after round 6.
Oh, right, you started. Right, OK. Let's go to Al Sadd. They were coming off a fantastic victory in the AFC Champions League, and they've now booked a semi-finals spot in week 4. They were up against Salal, who were desperate to add to their lonely 1 point. Nick and Chris once again with the commentary.
Vasquez, great passing ability. Spaniard. Here's Mawas feeding his strike partner. Sagbo makes that look easy, and he just needs someone to give him a little bit of help there. Great pullback by Sagbo. It was only Mawas really, and Lawrence at the edge of the box. Here's Hamid now. Trying to play the 1-2 in midfield there. Pass from Al Haydous is overhit.
All of a sudden the keeper makes a save though, but they've just got to keep on the waistman. All of a sudden here's Mawas. Where's Sagbo? Is he making his move? Can he feed it round the corner?
Oh, Mawas has come up with the ball. He's looking for Sagbo. Sagbo 1-0. 1-0 Al Sadd straight away on the counter attack to go down the other end. Mawas seems to have an eternity on the ball there.
bad thing that, but well done by Mawas. Gets on the opposite side of him, pulls it back. The rest is history. Sagbo 1-0 to Umsalal.
He's looking, he's waiting. You can only really pick out one person in his strike partner, Sagbo. He's not going to miss from there. But wonderful play from Mawas.
Look at the time then, what Lawrence gets. Look, still taking 3, 4, 5 touches. Nobody getting anywhere near him. Look, still in control of the ball.
Vasquez on that far side. Early cross towards Sagbo. This could be interesting. Sagbo the far post. Oh, he just fires over. He lost Kuki for a second then.
You know, it's good to have him back, but yeah, you're right, Chris. Has it surprised us? Yes, it has. It's been a big performance this from Umsalal.
On the top here, Akram Afif. It's all square. He just steals him behind that Umsalal defence. It's just a straight 1-2, really. There's a lot of ball watching going in that back line of Umsalal. Akram Afif puts Al Sadd level.
Where this has come from here now, I really don't know. Al Sadd have not been in the game, but they've managed to get themselves back into the game.
Well onside by Akram Afif. Maybe a bit of ball watching from me, so we're just telling people how good he's been playing. He just lets Akram Afif run in behind him then.
El Haidous is usually out on the right-hand side, he's moving around a bit, he's in midfield. Here's Gabby here with a long sprayed pass out to Afif. This is interesting.
Love it, love it. What a ball, what a delivery. He's so aggressive. As soon as he got the ball there, Akram Afif, he had one thing on his mind, attack the full-back.
I mean, they've got some big players, Umsalal, especially with
used to there at the near post, like a good old Steve Ball from Arsenal. Remember
the flick-ons?
Steve Ball used to do it near post, just float it in there.
It on.
Get him, man.
Yeah.
Just floats it in there, let it get the flick on.
Do you know what, Chris? You're right there. I don't think we've seen a near post flick on. Should we bring it back?
It don't have to be with any pace. It's just that
once you get that touch, it's difficult. Yeah. You've got it then, haven't you?
You know, they're not doing anything outrageous outside. It's a simple 1-2 from Akram Afif. All you've got to do is stay with the run. They're not doing it themselves. There comes the shot now from Abdul Karim.
He is, yeah. They're not keeping an eye on the runner after, but he is looking good. It's a wonderful bit of play again from Afif.
There's a Sadd now. Back to Gabby. Has turned to dominate. Here's Akram Afif, the danger man now. Oh, it's a wonderful play by Umsalal. Here he goes to ground in the box, but it looks as though we got the ball then. Referee straight away points to the penalty spot. Surely this is going to go to the VAR.
Big call, and you don't go to VAR. You don't go. Look, I mean, look. Let's have a look.
Does he touch the ball?
Yeah, but Bunge doesn't touch the ball.
They both touch.
Chris,
they
doesn't
both
touch the
don't
ball.
touch the ball.
You have to have a look at it. Bunge's not touched the ball. He's not took the ball in the direction he wants to go.
Bunge steps up, goes low and hard to his left-hand side, and he puts Al Sadd in the lead. Big call though.
They are now leading this game 2-1, and that's all that really matters.
So on us now for Umsalal after that bright start for the first 20 minutes where they dominated his match. Al Sadd just scored 2 goals to win the lead, and here we go. They're on the attack again. Al Sadd to Akram Afif. Good save by Al, shaking goal. It's all Al Sadd now. This game is just totally switched now. There's Bunge up. Back to Gabby. Gabby takes the shot on first time. Once again, another good save, this time from Al Sheikh. What a ball by Bunge. Overhead kick in the middle of the park, and he releases Akram Afif. Akram Afif now coming inside. Can he get his shot off? Oh, and he fires over. Fully expected that to end up in the back of the net, but what a pass from Bunge. Look at that for technique. Wonderful. Good play by Nagy into Sagbo. Vasquez. Mawas now. Inside Mawas. Fires over himself. Good play by Mawas. Oh, and he's got the pace to beat. Abdul Karim cuts across him. Mawas. The challenge came in from Abdul Karim from behind. That's another pen. He's asking for VAR again. Vasquez. To the far post. Oh, how's that stayed out? He push on, you're in the opposition box already. Here we go, chance, good save from Al Sheikh, full suit, Akram Afif, just goes past the near post. Mawas has stayed down now.
There he is on the left-hand side, nothing wrong with him. You see, that's what these referees, he's going to go in, Chris, you're right, yeah.
Go on, Mawas! He's recovered, oh, good shot! The ankle's fine. Love it. Vasquez round the corner. Wonderful ball to Sadbo. Nashi on his bite. Early ball in towards Mawas. Does he take on first time? Takes a touch. Can he get his shots off? Wonderful counter-attacking play there from Salal.
Omar, it's opening up. Look at how sad they're on the feet. They're really dead on the feet. Omar with the strike. Their keeper really nearly makes a mess of his side. Hang on a minute.
Now come out sad though. Got to defend now. Here we go. Oh, he's let it run. Akram Afif. Hashim to the far post. What an attempt that was. A great defending from Zhao on the line.
Just keeping hold of possession now. Abdul Karim, is he having a look? He's having a look. He just pulls it wide. Fantastic strike though from the Asian Player of the Year.
Well, it was a victory for Al Sadd. That wasn't vintage. And almost a similar situation, Chris, to what happened with Al Arabi.
It was, yeah.
You know, everybody expected, nobody really gave Salal a chance. You know, I know they got some good players, but Al Sadd is so dominant. Didn't turn out like that.
I think they were tired and emotionally drained from that midweek game against Al Nassr. They put so much into that match and they had to win it. They did it. It was in front of a capacity crowd. So sometimes it takes a lot out of you. And then to get up for the next match, which was so soon, against Salal, who had nothing to lose, gave it everything, played more like the old Salal. But saying that, they weathered the storm, didn't they, Al Sadd, and then in certain parts of the matches looked very strong themselves. They just had to get the tightness out of the legs, and then they were okay.
But you know, like Al Shahania, you know, you got a reaction. Raul Caneda can look at that and go, well, hang on a minute, you know, we really, you know, put up a fight there.
They've set the bar, haven't they, with that performance?
No, they did well. You've got to say Lawrence as well in midfield. You know, the aging Lawrence, I thought he did really well. But you've got to say about Mawas and Sagbo. They're the ones that are going to get them out of it. And they're working well. And they just need it to turn, keep it solid, Reali, keep it solid at the back. This is the pair of them working together. And it is formidable, you've got to say. Very clever what he does here now, Mawas. Salem trying to just usher the ball out of play. That's a lesson learned by him. And there he is, just picks his pal out there just to side foot it in the net. And they're definitely a threat going forward. And it was a good performance. Once again, this is what you've got to do with Sagbo. You've got to just feed it round the corner. It just goes away from him a bit, but just unfortunately just to go over the bar. Wonderful play against his Sagbo down the right-hand side. I think it's a fantastic ball, this. He knows where his pal is. Great ball, just quite difficult, goes in between where Kuki is. It doesn't come down quick enough for him and he doesn't really get the power on it. But that's your little bit of hope that with them two.
That one, you thought Mawas was going to take that one on the full on his head.
Yeah, straight away. Did you?
Yeah, well, it would have been spectacular. A header or a volley. A volley would have been even more spectacular. It wasn't to be. Let's, Chris, pick up on Akram Afif, his maturity. We continue to see this with his play.
Everything's aggressive. His first touch is aggressive. He takes it towards the fullback straight away. So as a fullback, you can't really settle. And that was absolutely wonderful. He seemed to do it in one movement, put it onto his right foot and then cross it straight away. Aggressive movement again, runs into the box, heading towards goal all the time. He's playing at a level now that is, would you say, above this league? You know, like Nick said, he's making it look easy now. He's got to that level in his testing. He's in this Champions League this year with Al Sadd.
It's interesting, you know. I have to ask you the question because you're experts. You've played there. You've seen players developed. You've played with those kind of players, and of course, we would never want to lose him from here because he's a wonderful player. He's a wonderful ambassador for Qatar, and we saw what happened with the Asian Cup, and Qatar brought that home, and he was very much part of that with his assists and everything like that. But for the development of the player with the World Cup coming up in just over 3 years' time now, I know you do feel. I know you say, I don't want to repeat myself, but. You feel passionate about it, that there is a greater test for him that would make him even better.
It was since the Asian Cup, Qatar are on the map now. And Arsene Wenger did an interview, and he's talking straight away about how he's speaking very highly about Qatar, and it's about time that we showed some of our players. You know, hopefully he does his job this year and he wins the Champions League, though. But why can't you? You're looking at a player there now who is, you want to test him, you want to see, you think, well, is he? Xavi would know that more than anybody. You know, and I don't think it's any harm if he goes to a club which is owned by Qatar. It's showing what the quality is, what Qatar is all about, and I think he's definitely one of the players there who should go to Paris Saint-Germain and give him a year. I don't know, just give him the experience. Let the world see what quality is in Qatar.
Yeah.
At the moment,
and he's a perfect example. He's come through the Aspire Academy, which again shows to the world what happens.
He's Belgium.
Yeah, but he's the golden boy.
Yeah.
You know, and he came in with a reputation and he's getting better and better. You know, he came in with Hamroon and he just Hamroon couldn't get back into the side.
Do you want to lose him though? No,
well, exactly.
Just recently,
we won't be talking about
him. He's got
there.
so competitive. We're bringing in these big players now. Yeah. You know, there's an argument for both. I'd love to see a little period of domination by the Qatari clubs in the Asian Champions League. I really would like to see Al Sadd and imagine Akram Afif getting in the final every year.
Well, can you imagine him playing in the Champions League and all of a sudden ripping some... Well,
there's an argument for both, isn't there? We
and
don't want to lose our big
cool
stars.
In the corner and we go, well, hang on, but you started from me. Imagine that, what it would give that as well.
Yeah.
We'd be going, wow, I'm just on the build-up to the World Cup.
Yeah, marketing team's dream. Right, back to the game. Something picked up Riley on Bunja. It ended up being a penalty. Do you want to talk about it? We talked about it on the night.
I'll leave this one to Nick. Nick points at this. He's got very strong views on this.
Well, the word, what is it? Clear and obvious. That is what VAR is. Now the tackle goes in. No one's touched the ball. So Bunja is not in control of it. Reale, has he gone in two-footed to break a leg? No, he's on the floor really when he comes in, and the ball is in between his feet. Is it clear and obvious? Not for me at all. Get on with it. And this is that's the point. You've got to look at it.
Get
like
on with
that.
it. Make football. Make it more. Keep it as a flowing game.
Do you know what? You look at all the goals in the years. What have been some fantastic goals. I'm sure if you look into it very deep with these wonderful televisions, what we've got now, there'll always be a little bit of a problem. Always looks like a little bit of an handball. You know, it's not clear and obvious, is it?
Which leads us to how referees have got to try and clamp down on what players are trying to do to kid them. And again, you know, this takes away. We talk about sport integrity. I was involved in a summit last week, you know, which sport integrity in sport. Yeah. Chris, Mawas' injury.
Yeah, but the integrity was he?
No.
He got caught, but the way he stayed down, I thought he'd done something very serious. I don't know what he's holding. His calf. He gets caught there, but I had a million of those in my. You know, you just run it off. But this was literally a few seconds later. Now, if you're that injured and you're laying on the floor, prone on the floor, and then you back up like this, well, nothing's ever going to happen. Me and Nick had a discussion about it before. Nothing's ever going to happen, I feel, until the managers or coaches start, we call it digging out, back in England, don't we? I'm going to go at the players and start telling them, you know, I don't want any diving in this team. But they don't, do they? They don't. They come out in the press conferences later and say, there was contact. That's the worst one for me. There was contact. Last time I checked, it was a contact game.
Yeah.
What's that mean, this contact? Yeah. Doesn't mean anything.
And the directive about feigning injury, you know, which a few years ago, it was like, we must, you know, present a yellow card. We must
They never get a yellow card anymore.
Never. No. You know, if you've seen that, somebody's been rolling around, 2 seconds later, they're making a dash of 30, 40 yards, and by the way, without any pain at all. Yeah. Forget adrenaline. It's not. If you're really hurt, you're not sprinting.
See that where that landed, normally you'll do your ligaments. Now, when you've done your ligaments, you know you can't, you would be limping.
So what you're saying... What you're saying there is you think the referee's job is to go up and say, Mawas, come here, listen. Yeah. You just rolled around, you wasted 2 minutes of the game, right?
Going in the book.
Do that again, you're going in the book.
But they don't go in the book anymore. Yeah. They don't. I've not seen.
That's what you want to see,
I've not seen one yellow. You know, these people that dive for penalties and it goes to the VAR and then it's ruled out. I've not seen one, and this is in the English Premier League as well as QB Stars League. I've not seen one yellow card dished out. Well, if it's not a penalty, he must have dived. But they don't give a yellow card.
No, they don't. Right, we will discuss that again in length throughout the season, no doubt about that. Al Salia, they finished third last season, didn't they? They were looking for their first win of the season. They were up against Qatar Sports Club, who were looking for their first point of the season. Qatar Sports Club didn't play like a side who didn't have any points and looked positive. Rashidov caused some problems for Al Salia, but Sami Trabelsi's team held strong. However, when they got forward and had chances, they found it difficult to capitalise on them. Qatar Sports Club's Moroccan midfielder was dismissed for a second yellow in the 85th minute, and it gave Al Salia the edge. And then in the 89th minute, new signing Bodji was free at the far post to guide in a winning header for Al Salia. Well, Sami Trabelsi said in the press conference leading up to this game that no, he didn't think the league was stronger this year. It was just like it was last year. I think maybe he'll have to rethink that statement as we continue to remind him of it, despite how much we enjoy his company and have so much respect for him. But just scraping through there, the win will do him. He'll be happy with that.
No, he will do, yeah. Obviously, they didn't play in the last round, but I think it will be a good test. Their next game, they're playing Garafa. So we'll see.
Who?
Salia.
Well, actually, they're not. They're playing Al Sadd on Tuesday in the catch-up game.
Good thinking. I didn't have that written down in my little.
No. Well, it's not. It's the next round. So you're right. It is the next round, but they've got the catch-up game.
You've got to be on the ball there. You have to. Now. You have to be sure. Well, that's the next game. Well, the next two games very, very important, and you'll soon see if it's a tough league or not. You know, everybody that's in the managers, the players, they know it's a better league now, though. But we'll see with Salia. We'll see. I don't think they'll get in the top four this year.
Okay, it took Mbodji to break the deadlock. New signing from Anderlecht. Great for him. He's free header there, but he's done a good job to guide it in.
I think he gets lucky there. I think the keeper's got to save it at the near post. He's trying to punch it back across the goal, but goes into the near post. I think they'll be disappointed with that Qatar Sports Club, especially with a free header, by the way. The size of him, how's he got free?
I know.
But there's pressure with them now, you know, Qatar, you've got to say that. It's okay, every press conference saying I believe in the players, which he does have to keep saying that, you know, but it's time now to really get the put. What is it, 12 points gone missing now, nothing on the board at all. It's possibly worrying times. I like the manager, you know, and I hope it turns around for him, but it's time. The league's not big enough, so you've got to start getting a victory. And next for them, not got a game in the midweek, have they?
No.
Is Al Khor. That's a tricky one as well.
Well, Al Khor, before we won't talk too much about Al Khor, we'll talk about them next. Let's move on, shall we? Yes, Al Khor. Still waiting. Well, they were up against Al Rayyan. Al Rayyan still waiting for the centre forward. We'll discuss more about that in just a little bit as well. Al Khor having the best start to a season since our first season, 2012-2013. They got 6 points from their first 4 games. There you go.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that at the starts when we all had hair?
Right. Anyway, this was matching that sort of start this season. Al Rayyan, Al Khor, commentary from Nick Summerby and Chris Macon.
Mudan. He's better from Al Khor. Al-Bariki.
I mean, they're sat back at the moment, Al Khor, but they've got to push up. Well done by Al-Harazi down the right-hand side. Here's Brahimi twisting and turning round. Now's the time to deliver. It's got to go in. He checks back, but once again, ball hasn't gone into the box.
Clever turn by Abdulaziz in midfield. Finds Brahimi out wide now. Can he create something now? Wonderful turn of pace there by Brahimi. Goes to the near post. Goes to the far post, in fact. Don't know whether it's a cross or a shot, but better from Al-Harazi. Go on then, get your cross in. Testing Hilal. Hilal does really well to get back though. Abdulaziz once again takes that extra touch. Trying to make a little bit of space for the shot, and he gets it off. There's a rebound here. Rajab eventually holds on to the ball.
Don't cross the ball today or something to them, because they're getting in situations, working it out nicely, and then just not putting it in. Here's Brahimi. He's got the trickery.
Oh,
this is good.
He's done it again. Pull it back. Oh, Abdulaziz coming onto it.
You see, once again, then he's got the ball. He's just go and have a go. Go and cut inside and have a shot. Here's Brahimi. Here we go.
There we go. Unlucky, but listen, he's getting to the bar line, isn't he? He's pushing the defence back. Straight away, he's looking to get in behind the opposition defence. Well done, Zuma. Keeps going. Get the ball in play. Tabata now on the half turn to the far post. On the half volley. So unlucky there, Tabata. I don't know whether he's scared of losing the ball, losing possession. Here we go, Hamadoun goes past Mikado, Hamadoun! Oh, the best chance of the first half, here we go! Oh, what a block that is from Lee Jake. Thiago with a shot as well, but what a counter-attack from Alcor. Crossfield pass by Lee Jake now. Al-Harazi's first touch is excellent. So again, he just drifts inside, feeding Com. Goes for the return pass. Al-Harazi trying to open the scoring for Al Rayyan. Sees his effort blocked by Rajab. Abdulaziz now breaking forward for Al Rayyan. Into the feet of Brahimi. He's had the beating of Mosabol this first half, and he does it again. Tabata to the near post, and he misses the target.
Ramadan, long ball forward. Let's see if he can cause any problems. He lets it bounce, could be dangerous. Here we go.
Thiago at the far post. A mix up between the Rayyan defenders. A simple ball over the top from the substitute Ramadan. Mufak doesn't deal with it, and Thiago nicks in to get his second of the season. 1-0 Al Khor. Surely not.
No way at all. It's a bad. It can't be. There's nothing there at all. He's made a mistake there. He's not headed it at all. We've got problems.
Well, he's handballed it as well, Mufak. If they're going to give that, Mufak's handballed it as well then, so go on then. Please don't take this goal away. Oh, he's running over there. He's shaking his head. He's killing us. Oh, Mikado is the onside. Mikado off the line by Mikel. Mikado again off the post. Abdulaziz now. Tabata. Oh, come. Probably some. Oh, Al Rayyan sees it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Is it looking like Tabata's going to take a strike from here? He's some distance out.
Go wide to Mufak, low hard cross, and he's in. Is it Mufak? They've just moved it to the right wing area. Has he got his first goal of the season, or is it come? Doesn't matter. Al Rayyan take the lead.
This is the free kick here. There's Tabata out to Mufak, takes it early and just side foots it across the face of the goal, and it goes into the far post. 1-0 to Rayyan.
It's a great ball by Mufak. Al Khor will be really disappointed. They absolutely turn off for that. Well, they switch off. There's a touch by Com. Slices of touches, gets his second goal in 2 games. Throws himself at that cross from Mufak and gets the slightest of touches to put it home for Al Rayyan. It's a big Frank on the score sheet again. Struck twice in a week now, big Frank. Esperance midfielder.
Now all of a sudden Al Khor are in a situation where they've got to come out. You know, Al Khor, they've sat behind the ball all throughout the game. Michael's got to be careful a little bit. He's catching a few of the players there. They're not very happy at all. Wagner now gets a yellow card.
Whoa, stop it, there you go. He's very silly there, Wagner. You've got to understand what this referee's all about. He's talked himself into the butt there. He's got a red card, Wagner. Why go near the referee? Big blow that to Al Khor now. Get caught out now. Al Rayyan on the attack. Abdulaziz looking for Brahimi. Here he is. See what he can come up with. Oh, what a goal! Abdulaziz takes a touch out of his feet, sees Rajab off his line, and he just plays it over the Al Khor goalkeeper. Fantastic goal. 2-0 Al Rayyan.
This is it here now. Brahimi goes for the 1-2. It then comes to Abdulaziz, gets the one touch. Next minute just curls it nicely into the bottom corner, and it looks like it's game over. Al Rayyan eventually lead this game 2-0.
Straight away spots Rajab off his line. It's all about the finish and the execution, and he gets it absolutely spot on.
Well, eventually it felt like things were released as far as Al Rayyan were concerned.
Considering They haven't got a centre forward. That was a good result, very good result. Everything's fine, and we'll keep repeating ourselves with that. But they need a centre forward as soon as possible. Tabata's playing up there, but they worked hard and they ground it out. You know, some good players in there. Brahimi's a player, by the way. Tell you, I went home. You know, sometimes you go home and you think, well, he's all right. Him, by the way. We're just going to show some clips of him shortly.
Let's start with the story of Ryan first, then.
We don't need to say any more, Rodri. Watch
Here
this.
it is.
This epitomises really what's happening with them not having a centre forward. Look at the chances here now. Off the old post there, look. Abdulaziz, it comes back. He cuts aside. Tabata having a go.
Somebody put it in, for goodness sake.
That sums it up so far.
That's the story of the season. There you go. You don't need to know anymore. Now, on the night, I remember Nick, and he was sitting right next to you, so that must have been quite, quite tough to endure. Al-Harazi was getting a tough time off you.
Look at the acres of space he's got here now. Be positive. Get the ball out your feet, whip it into, put it into that area there. If not, come up against the forward. Look, straight away now, there's two players with a white shirt, so you can't go inside. He just was not positive enough. You know, we'll look at Brahimi opposite, which will give you an idea. But when he gets the ball, watching it come to me now, have a picture. We know how pacey you are. Get on the outside of him, whip it in, get on. Do something positive. Positive, that's what we're trying to say. And he just wasn't on the night. He got took off second half. Look, you got no chance. You're going into where all the players are there. Get on the outside, use a bit of aggression, enjoy doing it. This is a big situation for me. This guy's fast, by the way. One-on-one, go on, do something. Get the ball, go directly at him. You know, get on the outside, inside, whatever, show a little bit of trickery. That's where you come alive when it comes to you. And I just thought it wasn't quite happening for him.
So you're not having a go at him, no? This is constructive.
Yeah.
Just be positive.
No, you know he's got the ability.
You want to see you do well.
It's like we're doing that all the time. We'd say the same thing with Aladdin, and all of a sudden now we give praise which is due. We've seen him when he was at Sevilla. We've seen him at good points when he's playing for Ryan. But that is where you come alive. You just come up, have a little bit of a go. If the fullback takes a ball off you, you're being positive. You're having a go. If he slides it out of play, keep doing it. Get the ball out your feet.
Chris Brahimi, when you pick that up, then this is the other side of things. Nick really likes him and couldn't stop thinking of him on the drive home.
He's got this movement. It's like a twist of the hips there, and he's like effortless the way he drags the ball past the fullback so easy, and then he's got the pace to get the other side. And I love this movement. I love it. It just Mossad was the fullback on the night. He was just flummoxed by it. But he's so elegant. Who does he remind me of? Does he remind us of anyone? Just the way he plays, he makes it look effortless, and it's so easy on the eye. He's got a lovely. It's like he gallops forward, doesn't he?
Well, when he played at Porto, he was known for Brahimi moments.
Right.
Yeah. You know, you're talking about a Champions League player. I mean, this boy can play football, so you can build your team around him.
Why not? Let's look at the Thiago disallowed goal quickly.
Not for me at all. And I really did feel sorry for Alcor. The ball goes up there, Mufak just gets it horribly wrong. What do we learn out of that? You don't let the ball bounce at all, you come and deal with it.
Body language, none of the round players are shouting for a handball.
Nobody.
None of them.
None of them.
Absolutely.
Let's get on with the game. I'll tell you what, let's bring it to a standstill, and it's all about me again.
They were surprised and delighted when he went to the VAR. It gives them a chance then.
And once again, clear and obvious, not at all, they both touch it on the hand. But you've got to realise as well, it's okay looking at this like this now. They're challenging for a ball, they're pushing each other.
So actually, is he in the area? So that actually could have been a penalty anyway. Is he in the area when he touches it?
That's what I mean. You could give it either way.
Not clear and obvious. Again, it's not. So there you go.
Why would you disallow such a good goal like that?
I don't know, it's very negative. Talking about negativity, that's negative. Hamoudan, good effort for Al-Khor. And what a player he's turning out to be.
He's had a good start to his career in Qatar, but did they do this enough? Should they have done it more? Yes. Did they believe in it? Not for me. The way they set up. If there's ever a chance before Al Ryan get a centre forward into the club, this is a chance to have a go at this Al Ryan side. I don't think they did it enough, and they've got good players. Wagner, Hamadan, and Thiago. Get at them.
Very quickly, Mario Mandzukic, where are we with that? Where do you think the talk is that he's still in discussion with the club? His demands seem to be higher than what the club are offering. Is it,
That's contracts, negotiations.
That's contractual negotiations.
Get him in.
But there's enough you might get. De Gea, if he's hanging around here now, why don't De Gea go in and go nick him? You know, you want big players. If he's here now, you've got to sort the deal out.
Yeah, down to the money deal. Who's got the most money?
Well,
or do it for Qatar as well. Get him as an ambassador, get him involved.
He's a massive name.
But yet again, he has to want to do it himself.
Yes,
You look at your Xavis, you look at everyone else that's come here, they want
Raul,
to give
Xavi,
things
they
back.
want to-
If it's not right and he don't want to be in, it's a little bit of me, you show him where the airport is.
OK, Al Wakrah, they'd started well with 2 victories. They faced Al Hale in week 4, and this would really help them see where their level was at. Nothing like an early goal to spice up a match, and that's exactly what Ben Yedder did in the 3rd minute with his 4th of the season. It took 20 minutes before Al Hale settled, and Afif had them level, and then 10 minutes before half-time, Tari struck with Al Hale's 2nd. Half-time lead looks solid, but Referee side Ismail found a way through in the 49th minute there, and with a real game on our hands, but it was to be Muntari's night as he placed Al Hale's 3rd in the back of the net. In the dying moments of the match, Al Moez Ali was brought down in the area and he converted the penalty to give his side a good 4-2 victory. Relief all round. Al Hale get a win. Everybody's happy. Al Wakrah, well, that was a big, any points out of that one would have been some achievement.
They did well. They tested Amin Lecomte's in goal. They made a real good go of it. Al Hale, you always felt, could get more goals, but a couple of decisions in this match as well, Rod. I watched it at home and was like, I can't believe it. The 2 goals at the end there's a hint of offside against Ismail, and then Moez, the defender goes to ground, but he dives after that. OK,
a good win for Al Hale. Let's enjoy the goals quickly from that, and as you said, it's great. Well, what a start. I say, nothing like an early goal to spice up a game, and wow. Ben Yedder, 4 goals, Chris.
Yeah. Him and Ceballos have been fantastic signings for Al Wakrah. Deflection on the way through there. Ceballos heavily involved in everything good about Al Wakrah. Montari comes into the side and gets 2 goals, so, he's putting Mohamed under pressure now, even though he's out injured, but no better way is there for a centre-forward to come into the side, get yourself 2 goals. There's another fine finish as well. So he'll be in the starting lineup for the next game, I presume.
They seem to be getting into their stride now, De Gea. It didn't feel like that at the start, though, but they're starting to put the goals into the net, and they look like they're getting there now. It's good to see that.
All right, then, let's recap the results from week 4 for you. Al Arabi and 2-1 winners over Al Shahaniya on the Thursday. Al Gharafa 3-1 victory over Al Ahly despite going a goal down. Then on Friday, Al Sadd, they weren't their usual impressive selves, but at the same time, a good fight from Salal. 2-1 that finish. Al Saleh scraping past Qatar Sports Club, an important victory, their first of the season. Then on Saturday, Al Rayyan 2-1 winners over Al Khor, another tight match. Al Wakrah, as you saw there, putting on a good fight, but Al Hale were just too good. 4-2 Al Hale winning. OK, the league table, let's go straight to that one and show you how it stands after 4 rounds. Game in hand, of course, for Al Sadd. They're there in 3rd behind Al Gharafa and Al Arabi. Al Hale, there they go, up into the top 4. That's more like it. That's where they belong. Al Rayyan, more like it for them too, into 5th. Al Ahly make up the top half of the table. In the bottom half, Al Wakrah slipped to 7th. Al Khor in 8th. Al Saleh, they stay down there in 9th despite their victory. Salal, just at 1 point. Qatar Sports Club and Al Shahaniya still to get off the mark. Moving on very swiftly to the top 3 goals as chosen by Nick and Chris from week 4. And who starts today?
I'll take it from here, Chris.
Got it, Nick. Who gets the 3rd best goal from week 4?
I think I take a lot of credit for this. I've been pushing him all the way through, all last season. Aladdin.
OK. Let's enjoy it.
This is what he's been doing. He's look at that for a finish. That the keeper makes it a little bit easier, but you've got the work to do there. Left-footed, and what a fantastic strike to a guy who really is on form at the moment, and it's good to see.
Fantastic. 5 goals in all in 4 weeks. Wonderful. Wonderful start for him. Aladdin, well done, congratulations. But number 2, Chris Macon, who gets the 2nd best goal?
Ben Yedder for Al Wakrah, and we love a diving header.
Oh, we do.
This is a diving header. Get off your feet and guide it home. Top corner, wonderful goal.
4 goals for him this season.
Been a very good signing for Al Wakrah. There we go. Where's the angle? There's an angle from behind the goal. just guides it into the top corner. I've seen every angle but that one I want. Here we go. No chance for LeComte.
But the number one goal, as chosen by Nick and Chris, from week 4 of the 2019-2020 season goes to...
I'm delighted to say as well, Abdulaziz. We are big fans of his. We know what he's like on the international stage, and we just wondered what this move was going to be like. Is it a step up for him? And it looks like it's going to be. I'm delighted for him. Ball out of his feet and just curls it into the far corner. And he's only going to get better and better.
It's a cracker, and what it's done for Al Rayyan and hopefully given them the confidence. Will they get a centre forward? Will Mario Mandzukic join? We'll just have to wait and see. But time is ticking.
You know who he sounded like then?
Who?
Frank Carson.
Who, me?
It's a cracker.
It's a cracker. Frank Carson, a very famous Irish comedian. I met him a few times actually. Very nice man. But that's another story. You can look up.
Like him. A little bit of a twinge. I'll let you mention it.
Right, a big thank you to Nick and Chris Makin. That's it from week 4. We turn our attention to week 5. Don't forget, of course, Al Sadd. They make up that missed game because of the AFC Champions League. They play their round 3 match against Al Salia on Tuesday. From all of us here, bye for now.